61 Celsius right now. That's the magic number. We will fix all of this in a minute. I'm still setting stuff up. But our goal here is to run and see what happens. Is it going to explode? I don't know. Might it explode? Yes. It might very well explode. I hope that's everyone. Don't know why this thing can't figure out channels that don't exist anymore. Whatever. Care about that guy's channel. He's got 10,000 viewers. Okay, please save this. Okay, we're at 63 now. Where's my chat? Right, cool. See if Ridley comes by. So this is logged in. And one thing I needed to check is, okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. There's no formula, there's no actual formula run this weekend. Oh, it's a race at Kansas. Okay, I can work with that. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to run our practice, and we're going to see what happens. Okay. The loading times are so low. They're so low. It's disgusting. We're on. You can't have any more engines after 6. We've maxed out. We've maxed out my choices, but we will use these. Yeah. That's what's missing is a firebox. How are we doing? 69. Oh no. That's still way below shutdown temperature. What we're looking for is okay, it is moving air, so that's a plus. We can turn on the booster. I guess there was a patch to GTA. That's cool. See if I can get a setup for this. I don't want to fight getting a setup right now. So we're at 79. That's pretty high. Now the real question is can I get to the high fan mode without crashing the machine, as we did earlier? Because it really did bad things before. There we go. I can't hear it, but the fan is running. What are we looking for? Okay, the game didn't crash. I mean, it's just this Assetto Corsa that's just really sensitive to that for some reason. Okay. So hopefully we don't crash. We're still watching temps. We're up to 82. That's not good. 82 is a bad number. And we are streaming. We haven't crashed yet. 3 and 7. This is a bad sign, but we can knock the stuff down if we need to. It is on the highest possible settings at the moment, as we try to bench this and figure out what we can actually do. How mad I might be after all of this. If after all of this I end up having to return yet another machine. But this one at least things work, I think. We've been through a lot together. And also things like actually installed as opposed to not installed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, every setup I found and everything that from my own practice in this game, I'm pretty sure your brake bias should be 50-50, which makes absolutely no sense. But that just seems to be the way that it is. Okay. Alright, shut up. Are we still heating up? Oh no, we're at 83. Oh no. Well, will the machine overheat? That's a damn good question. I don't know, we're about to find out. Let's see what's about to happen here. At a track I don't even know. Hang on. Why are there cords here? Oh, that's the power cord. Power cord can't go there, guys. It's not stretched out all the way yet, so it's being dumb. How hot are you? You're really not that hot. Maybe you need a cooling fan on top of you. Oh, now we're down to 76. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't report all the time, and when I kicked up the fan. And also we're streaming this, which is not something we necessarily... We'd like to be able to do that. I just don't know how good it's going to work. Oh my god, volume. Hopefully it's not killing everyone. Alright, I gotta fix the volume. It's gonna kill me. Volume mixer. Sure that I'm on headphones. Just stop killing me. No. 8. I just want the number 8. Not 9, not 7. 8. 73, 74. So I think what it's doing is throttling like it's supposed to. So Coda's an interesting track. I don't know how far we're going to get into the explanation of this. It's a pretty cool track. It's just... I don't know the track. So you're going to see me do weird stuff like that for a bit until we get there. And so we do need these points as well, so we do have to actually get good at this track. Wow, what a bullshit hairpin that is. Wow. We might be in a lot of trouble with the way that our car has been developed on this track. So we capped the frames to 60 within the game. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Look away. I'm just going to be following the driving line like the entire time. That's a lap. Where are we on heat? 75! Hey! You're telling me we can actually stream this and do it? Oh my god, the graphics actually work. I'm so used to like seeing one piece fly off the car. Yeah, so Coda, I guess, I mean, there's several hairpins here. But the goal here is to basically play this for an hour and see what the hell happens. Oh my god. Don't go off that line, ever. We're absolutely cooking the tires, too. So one thing that happened in our career is at Japan they announced like next year's regulations, and there's a whole bunch of tech we're going to lose if we don't spend points now to basically invest in next year's car. So we're very much looking at investing in next year's car. We have absolutely cooked these tires. So we're going to make the target time, but our tires are going to be destroyed from that one turn. But the goal here is if we can get through this session at full lick, we know we can probably survive. Yeah, we'd be fine if we just didn't blow it in that one turn. And the nice thing is we're going to 2 tracks that I know after this race. Okay, that was better. We're going to get absolutely clobbered in this race, though. What a weird track. I mean, it's fine. It's just I am not used to it at all. And these hairpins. Like the weight on our car sucks for that one turn that we're really sucking at. Like, so the upgrades that we have are primarily aero. When we just started getting weight distribution, we got like 1 or 2 in the power. A little bit out of bounds, but we'll just live with it. We were supposed to be going a lot faster in that one turn anyways. That was really bad. Are we actually going to pass a practice program and the computer hasn't crashed yet? Oh boy. Save that bad boy. Roll that beautiful beam footage. See if chat says hi. Okay, no. 78. So we're sitting at 78, 79. 10. Does it record the time? 80. And it's just running the fan on high. Okay. Have we dropped any frames? No. Live for 13 minutes. The one thing I hate about these kind of tracks, it reminds me of Bahrain, where like the distance just kind of has a whole lot of nothing. So it's very hard to time your run, basically. Time your turns out really well. Or we don't care about tires anymore. We do, but we don't. That turn reminds me very much of Mengicourt in France. There's a really high speed section. You really got to be following this line, otherwise it's just all for naught. I think I need a better setup, to be honest. What I'm really not feeling with this setup is the bite on turn-in. It's just not there. The car just doesn't want to turn in. That could just be a compromise with how the car wants to come around. Oh. Hard track, man. We pretty much got that in one go. How are we doing on 10? 77. So it is about 20 degrees short of shutting off. Let's try a max downforce setup, although I don't think it's going to help us very much. Let's just do it on track acclimatization. We have so many sets of softs. Let's use a set of softs. Go back. That's bullshit. Well, we got through it at least, but why do people like this track? Wow. You do get these nice little kind of rhythm sections to go through. God damn it. Alright, so now we go back to our regular setup for polypace. Yeah, it's not straight braking, and that's sort of my issue. Apparently we still had a fast Sector 1. Maybe it just has to beat the green time on this. Our car is so bad through this first section, and I'm also bad through it too. But just the car feels so weighty when it doesn't want to bite on the turns. Well, that's someone outside making that noise. It's not the computer. Did it by one, boy. By one. 78. We're still going. We haven't crashed yet. Race strategy wise, what do we need to know? We need to know how long softs last. And maybe we get another setup for this car. Maybe we go with a different setup for the car. Two. Look at here. 3, 5. 60, 65. 2, 6, 2, 1. That might actually help. 6, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 5. Now let's just keep it at 100 because I have anti-lock brake on. So 8, 7. Yeah, we'll try messing with the tire pressures. I haven't looked at tire pressures, but I'm willing to try. $84. Uh-oh. We're hot. We don't want to be that hot. Get a mid-session save. I want to redo shit in case we do go down. Hopefully we don't go down. But we really don't have to necessarily... We're also streaming. We don't need to necessarily be on ultra high. What are we at now? 77. Okay, so it's bouncing around. What I think it is I think it's throttling the card. I think it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. Because what was happening with the other install was I don't think it was even... There has to be a braking zone in there. Because we're just all messed up here. I can only assume the machine's throttling. I hope it is. That's what it should be doing. If it wants to drop frames, that's fine too. But basically, if we knock the graphics down by half to like medium settings, probably would solve. Our ride height is really low. That's what that noise is. So trying a little bit different setup. It's got a little bit different wing, so we're hoping for a little more bite on these corners. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just feeling I'm running out of grip on corner entry. I might have to actually look up what to do. And actually just kind of roll my own setup. Because the car just doesn't feel like it has the grip, even with the best tires available to turn. Tire wears 6% a lap? Oh my goodness. Well, they are softs. They are soft, so they're only going to last about 10 laps here. So we already know that answer. And I got a Lance Stroll stuck in front of me. I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to brake there. I don't know. I might have to actually watch someone do a lap here. When I see it on TV, it just kind of looks like all they do is just go. I hate this track. Oh dear. You know, there is one thing though, is that our aero advantage is going to help us, I think, on some of these. Like, if there actually is a race for anything. Like, corners like that, we do a lot better at myself. And I think the car just does better at them too. We're accelerating way too early there. You think, oh, he goes wide, he's gaining time. No, we're just screwing it up so bad that we're even going wide, we're losing time. Okay, a little less tire wear, so we're gonna need 2 times whatever the... Man. Or just the braking zones are just weird. Maybe that's the problem. It's just there's so little grip on this tire. This is supposed to be the good tire. And the entries are terrible though. These are the worst. Like, we're trying to catch up the next turn, and it's just, okay, this is all wrong. Just go back. Go back to wherever this lets us go back. We're gonna be messing this up in the race. Not that it matters. If we're gonna qualify 15th, we're gonna be nowhere. I mean, absolutely nowhere. But I think we're really hurting for a weight transfer on the car with no weight upgrades. See, they're showing way better turn-in than what we're getting. Did I try the default setup? Then we bring it back, like, look at how much speed we're gaining on the straights. Maybe that's the problem, is the C setups really sacrifice the turning and brake longer. Because we sure bring it back in the second half where it's just like just go straight. The American oval tradition. Just go straight and turn left once in a while. Turn once in a while. Oh my god. At least the runoff zones are nice here. It's not like Monaco where I had to run 200 laps to learn how to do it. How we doing on temp? 75, 77. Hey, we're living. Jeepicus. What is this, Italian sports car racing? The Spaghetti 500? Yes, it's basically Mario Kart Relay. You got it. We're testing out new machine. So we're streaming it. Hopefully it looks not terrible on stream. Hopefully. We do the fuel saving? No, I don't care about the fuel saving. We'll go to quali and lose. I do have to leave. Basically, I scheduled to try this for an hour and see how bad the machine gets. We already have all the unlocks. We did have the fastest time in the session, so that's something. That's scary. Why do we have the fastest time in the session? That was fast. Weather forecast. Oh no, the race is going to be in the wet. Oh dear. We need to put a wet setup into the car. We need a wet setup. Sorry, it's a little bit hard for me to see chat, so I just check it periodically. But this is something that interests you. You may see more of it, assuming this computer thing works out. 5. Oh, just even less. Probably has something to do with straight line speed. All of this off? Wow. We're gonna run one lap like this and see what happens. Before we're in park for me. It's probably nothing on the tire pressures. Yep. It does look good, like a bunch of fun and meatballs. Yeah, I have the graphics set. Like it shows it automatically. Oops, that's it said ultra high for everything. And anything that gets close. But so the whole story is, while I'm running another lap here. We got an Asus Zephyrus laptop on a really good deal, and apparently it was a good enough deal that the fan controller in it didn't work, so that sucker went back because all it did, this test already would have failed at it. It failed at streaming and playing things at this in 5 minutes of time, and that was a real shame because it was a lot less expensive than this. However, I had to fight with it. Like, it wouldn't boot from my Windows because I cloned my disks over so I don't have to have less setup time. Yep, so we clone our disks. What else? So we had a whole fight trying to get it to boot from it. Once we got it going, the drivers, we couldn't get all the drivers sorted. Then once we got all that sorted, we finally got to the point where we started running stuff, and then we realized that, so Asus has this program called Armory Crate, and Armory Crate had a major flaw in that both their installation of Windows got messed up, and I didn't do anything to mess it up, it just flat out messed up, and it just had service error on the Asus thing. And then I installed Armory Crate on mine, which is supposed to have the fan controller component, and it likewise said no. This is the full wet setup, by the way. Yeah, so Armory Crate did not work, and that was a big component in returning it because I reached the point that it was overheating it was overheating after 5 minutes of this. It was hitting 90 degrees Celsius, and the sucker was hot, like super hot, like the hot side of a McDLT hot. That's how hot it was. Oh my god, these turns, they get less convenient as you go along. But this sucker's only gotten up to 80C, which is a big difference than 90C. It hasn't quite hit cigarette lighter on my temperature scale. The other one, the keyboard was hot. That was how bad it was. And it's so like when it overheats, it actually starts shutting down stuff. And that's what that weird power outage thing we were having. I don't know if you were here the other day when we were trying to do this on the old machine. God, I'm so bad at this turn. The reason we don't do this fuel saving program typically is our car does not have fuel saving features on it. So this program sucks because we burn way more fuel than we're supposed to be burning. No. Let's see if it said anything. This looks super clean and nice, smooth. I think I did a little bit. What's a McDLT? What it says, Rana? I believe. Holy cow, a McBLT. I want a McBLT, not just a McDLT. The McDLT was just lettuce and tomato on a sandwich. They literally took the Big Mac and said, how can we sell it as something else for the same amount of money and just provide more styrofoam to make it look like it was something else? Like every single sandwich McDonald's has ever invented either substituted the meat with something else, or they're just taking things off a Big Mac and selling it for about the same price. Maybe you get a 2 for $5. Oh wow, I still have coffee in the fridge. But yeah, we might do the race later. We might, just to keep it cooler in here, knock the graphics down 1 degree. Because I'm not going to tell the damn difference. I'm used to running things on, I'm used to roguelike graphics. Yeah, we never get the fuel saving program ever. But let's do a little bit of qualifying, and then I think we're going to call it good. I don't have time to do the race right now, but look forward to maybe seeing a race in the wet? Question mark. We just did one. We keep getting rain. Getting rain-soaked races. But this is exciting. I'll be very happy if I'm allowed to actually stream modern games again. And basically whatever I want. Yep, and the other nice thing is this game is not stuttered yet, has it? It has run at 60 frames the entire time, with no issue. Okay, so we're going to fast forward now to... I really don't think we're going to beat any of these other sessions because I suck. And they're only worth a few points now, you'll see. I'm not sure where they get 575. Oh, there's 50 here, 25 here, 25 here, and 10 in one of the team objectives. Well, yeah, I mean, we had does have good graphics, roguelikes have graphics, it's like a cardboard, newspapers. Yeah, just get your McDLT. It's called Coda, Circuit of the Americas. And you kind of look at it, it kind of looks like some malformed paperclip. It's an interesting track. How are we doing on temps, anyways? 82, that's not a good number. But this is basically the most hard thing we're going to ask of it. We're also running the game you're seeing it at 30, I'm seeing it at 60. I've been playing this game at 30, so I could probably lower it to 30. I mean, I have the option to lower so many graphics things and have it behave better. But the fact that it hasn't shut down yet is probably a good indication that it won't. Because essentially, the way this works is there's a return policy of 2 weeks, or about thereof, to return the product if you were dissatisfied with it. And I want to make sure that I am satisfied enough to keep it. Oh, we got the interview. I mean, sure. We're the other like based on how you answer the question, you get points for stuff, and if you're talking about your various departments, yeah, sure, I'll give them. So my chassis department gets There's 4 different R&D departments, and depending on how you answer the question, you can increase or decrease their morale. I can't believe we almost finished a whole season of F1 2020. Game only came out earlier this month. It's the current it's the rare AAA game that I have purchased that I'm satisfied with. Like, this game is legit. This game is very legit. AAA racing game, dude. This is the game. Why play Dota 2 the roguelike when you could just drive around a simulated track? I know, right? Isn't that what you always wanted to do? We also have Dirt 2. Oh, 83. 83 is a bad temp. We don't want to be at 83. Hit the throttle button. Interesting we're at 83 on this. It must have something to do with it simulating certain things behind the scenes. Wow, Mick got third. Oh, third practice. So now we got to make sure we have a. Oh, here's the screen that's going to go quick, but that's all the points that we earn. And then we get a claim, which lets us unlock sponsors and things. It's kind of a dumb system, and I guess there's some bugs with it. Like, there's an upgrade you could purchase, but the upgrade actually makes it worse. You lose a percentage. You can, instead of gaining a percentage of all the acclaim that you get a small boost, and you actually get a small minus, so you end up losing acclaim, and that's a problem later on. So when we get to the next season, it's going to be weird. Here's the R&D tree. So all these things in orange that have not been grayed are parts at risk that we have to re-research before the end of the season, otherwise we'll lose them. And you see the 2 departments have that. Have we dropped any frames? We have dropped 0 frames for the first time in my life. And the temperature's back to 72. It's gotta be throttling. Well, that's probably good that it's working, huh? Dota 2 is the best! I feel like I should be playing in 2002 via Time Machine. Yes, it is. That is exactly what it is. Yeah, I think the skill tree is really cool, and it's not simply, oh, your chassis is better or something. If you notice, you can't see my mouse, but like below energy store cells positioning, it says minor weight redistribution. Each of these little pieces affect the car, and the other teams research them as well. So like, you have weight distribution. This one affects the dampers reflect the tire wear. So you can kind of choose what you want, and it moves the bar to kind of show how far along each team is in the tech tree. But like, even for the engine, it's like, is it just raw engine power? Is it the energy recovery system, which is kind of like your boost button? Fuel efficiency, and that's, see, we don't have much in fuel efficiency, and our car is literally the worst in the engine department. We based on how the My Team thing started, we basically pushed our aero department. We didn't do this. We were like given like tarot card choices at the start of the game, basically, to figure out what we got a small boost in. So aero was the thing that we had. So we have the best aero now, but because we dumped everything in aero and now we're going to lose all of it. And we have nothing in durability besides the first gearbox bonus. Which is why normally you only should have like 3 engines here, but we've taken so many penalties buying new parts. And that's been our lives. But let's do the qualifying. I mean, the question is which setup should we be using if yes, it makes a really big difference on the car. It probably is worth several seconds worth of performance, maybe up to 5. Like, if the having nothing to everything is probably 5 or 6 seconds a lap. Maybe more, I don't know. I don't know how supercar these are going to get. So if it's supposed to rain, do we run the wet setup on the car, assuming that we're going to run the car in the rain? I think we do, and we'll just do what we can do. So the way the qualifying works is we have to go out in consecutive sessions. So this first session is going to knock out so many guys. So if we don't get a good enough lap, we'll just get knocked out. And if we're close, we'll try going out again. But chances are we're either going to we should be good for this one, or we're going to be so far off that we don't have the pace. We have the computer set on hard. And once we start winning too much, we bump it up a little bit. But we kind of have it in the right place, and our car isn't particularly great. Certain tracks it's better at, and the tracks that I know really well, we did really well at, but we still had to like drive well to win the race. But it just helps starting on pole, because the AI will dive bomb you just like you can dive bomb them, but I mean they're only somewhat suicidal. So sort of how we want to proceed in qualifying. There's some other rules too, like Q2, the tires that you have on the car at the beginning of Q2, for your best lap in Q2, if you make it to Q3, which is the top 10 cars that fight it out for pole on a fresh set of tires, in that Q2, if you qualify for Q3, you have to to start the race, you have to use the tires that you qualified in Q2 on. Nobody else has that restriction, just the top 10. Oh my god, that bloom. So I don't play a lot of games with graphics. That bloom, though. Oh my god. That bloom, I can't see. Now I can see. So yeah, so basically it sets you up for the top 10 cars having to start on tires that they have to pit pretty soon on, which are going to be these soft tires. 134s, I guess if they're doing 134s, we got a shot. We got a shot. Oops. We are fourth. We'll see what fourth can get us. Probably should keep us out of the bottom six, the top 16. We're moving down. We're moving way down. But we're above our teammate, so we should be okay. So yeah, so I found basically you find a difficulty level that kind of works, and you can see the performance here. You kind of want to compare to your teammate. Our teammate has pretty poor stats, so I think this is the first time that our team has actually both gotten out of Q1. No, that's not true. It's not true. So all of us qualified out of Q1, so now we do this again for Q2. And kind of the only place we don't want to end up qualifying is like 10th place. But I guess we're still in front of cars, and just knowing how this works. So it's a 27 lap race. We're probably going to get 9 more laps out of these softs if we qualify top 10. The way the race works is you have to run 2 different tire compounds as a rule. It's actually really neat. I don't know how well you can tell it on stream, but like I can actually see all the marbling on the track. I can actually see all of the little bits of the track. It looks really nice. Oh, hit the bollard, but we didn't cut the track, so we're good. Bye, bollard. Goodbye. That noise you're hearing is the plank under the car. There's a legality plank under the car that it's just a wood plank that basically, if you use up too much of it, you get DQ'd for riding the ground, for ride height abuse. Oops, way too much. You can just see, I mean, the track, I mean, I'm not used to fancy graphics and I generally don't care, but it does look beautiful. It looks really good. You can see the asphalt. Some of the details of the other things. Things break into more pieces. We are a second off of Hamilton. We'll see how bad that is, and if we need to go out again, we will. We're also running it in DX11 instead of 12. I don't really care. We may get bopped here. We haven't been bopped yet. Where's our teammate? Teammate's way down there. We may get to Q3. I'm not going to go out again. Did we get bopped? No. Wow. Okay. We're a second and a half off the leader. So those tires we now have to start the race on. Locked into that. It rumbles when you hit different terrain. Oh, and can you fully fill out a trace? You can fully fill it out. You can fully fill it out. It's just that by Japan in every season, the engineer, oh my god, it's raining. By Japan, the engineer will come in and say, hey guys, the regulations are out for next year and we're screwed. And then all those things get marked and it's like, it's random and it's just basically a whole bunch of your development. The further you are along, the more that's at risk. And every team has this thing. So at the beginning of next season, everyone's going to take a hit basically unless they have enough points to save it. And the AI simulates how many points they have based on kind of how good the teams are relatively to one another. Weather report. Yeah, we need to... Yep, so we have to, this has to be a banker lap because the track's going to come away. The rain is going to make it. So it's the fastest lap in the session. It doesn't matter when you do it in the session. But if the track's going to be wet, obviously you're going to go a lot slower. So the sooner you get a lap in before the track goes away, the better off you're going to be. We could actually get pole here just because the other guys don't usually come out right away. Even in real life, they would be potentially not rushing out. But that's the point where the track has now gotten legitimately wet. And we just spun there pretty good. There's a few cars on the track, so we'll see where we end up. But you can just see the effects look pretty cool. The sun is going away. This is instead of course the Competizione. Oh no! Yeah, we'll go back. We'll go back. I didn't kick up the differential. Wasn't thinking of doing that. See how ginger I have to be on the throttle there. You can actually see all my inputs in the bottom right if you didn't realize that. It's way too wet. Let's try that again. Normally what we would do in this situation, what I should have done was kick up the differential, because in first gear, just basically the car just wants to spin out. Ricardo is going to be on pole in all likelihood. So we're going to see if the track gets any drier. I'm going to doubt it. So right now you can see it's showing a little bit of rain and the track is currently wet. Doesn't look like the track's going to dry before the race is over, before the qualifying is over. Yeah, so that was the best lap we were going to get with half the track dry. So here is your starting, oh man, 7. Hamilton and Bottas, Mercedes, and then Ferrari have the two best cars. The track is wet, and yeah, it completely messes up the. And there's different levels of it being wet too. Like that was just a dusting. But if it gets super wet, it actually will. You'll actually see puddling and stuff on the track. In fact, I'll pull one up. I'll leave this session because we're not going to run the race right now. I'm so glad this is working. I had so much frustration with that other computer that I was worrying that this one was going to pull off the same thing after some initial issue. Is it still going? Yeah, that's fine. I can't even, when I'm playing a game, I can't even hear that the fan's working. So let's, yeah, I'll just take you to time trial really quick, and we'll do a quick lap around Monza or something in maybe heavy wet conditions. Solo time trial. Got to be a Ferrari at Monza. Oh, did I pick wet? Cool, it's wet. I have a setup for this, so we will load setup. Alright, let's see what we got here. Heavy wet sounds dangerous. Do you run into people? Yes, you in a race against computers? Yeah, it's just like the real deal. There's safety cars and everything. You can race online too, it's just not really my thing anymore. I used to. But you can see all the puddling and stuff on the track. On lower graphics modes, you won't see it as much. Whoops, got a little bit off track. Still really slippery. I'm also on full wets too. We are crushing the default ghost. Look at the default ghost just get wrecked. Let's get a good lap in here. I think I passed the ghost. Yep. How do you like that? There you go. What are we on the leaderboards? 273rd. I think we also, in the previous games, you get the setup of the guy that you just beat. Maybe they took that out. But there you go. And let's apply the car setup used by the rival ghost. Yeah, so if you're trying to beat someone, it lets you car track and selection. Let's make it dry. Watch this. Oh, cool! It actually saves your meat. So we'll do a lap around on the dry just so you get an idea of how different it is. We have a setup for this as well. And you're basically going to notice it's way faster. Cut the track. Okay, you get 2 laps, and then I have to be done. But it was a pretty good stream. We managed to survive an hour without the PC overheating. It's clearly hitting a throttle point or something to keep the card cool. And it's not redlining, so that's nice. Or it's whatever it's doing. It's it's fine. Oh, we went a little bit early there. A lot of the braking points on this track are around the 100-meter point. Oh, got a little bit wide there. My car in the game has better aero. Ferrari's like the second or third team in this game. I tried to bring it in tighter. I just couldn't. This is next lap. Oh. Well, then we'll do another flyer. We do another flyer. Garage. Let's do one more lap. Beat myself. That's right. But good to see you, Jeepicus. I didn't think I was just going to test this and watch it back later. It was good to see someone around. Yeah, that was pretty hot. That was pretty good. What a good lap to end the session on. There you go. Alright, I will catch you later. GG. Happy I caught it. Cross my fingers. Yeah. Iggy beats Iggy at first. Alright, take it easy, Jeepicus. Thanks for coming by, man. I'm gonna go watch Jeopardy and figure out dinner. 84. It must be hitting a throttle point because it certainly hasn't gone any higher in temp, and we are hitting it with the full. Like this was the full Monty, and then it drops to 77. So it's got to be hitting a point where it's just going nope, and it's pulling it down. So that's good. And then we turn off the game, and it goes way down. Take it easy, Jeepicus. I'm in the pool. Jeopardy pool? What do you mean? Tell me more. Oh yes, the contestant pool for Jeopardy, of course. Absolutely. I think I have to do the current one that they have, but they're also not taping currently, so I mean there's plenty of time. Now we're back down to 62 on the graphics card. Nice. Take it easy, Jeepicus.